Where are the best places to invest in the Pocono Mountains? That is without a doubt the number one question that I get asked, and that's what I'm going to answer for you in this video. Make sure you stick around to the end because the number one place might not be what you thought. So let's jump right into it. Number 5 on the list is Tobiana. Now I know you've heard me, you've probably heard a lot of other people talk about Tobiana and the ups and downs of the area. But know this, Tobiana has an AirDNA score currently at 66. It's also the area with the most listings at 1,300 with an average yearly revenue of $46,000. Now I know there have been a lot of issues here over the past couple years, but it still is a good place to invest, and I got to explain something to you. So you have Tobiana as the postal address and then Tobiana Township. They're different, right? So you can have a property that's 123 Main Street, Tobiana, but it's in Coolball Township. And that means that it's a good area to buy in because it's different than Tobiana Township. Tobiana Township just enacted the short-term rental cap at 12%. So that means based on the number of properties they already have and the number that are in the queue trying to get a license, you can only be 12% of the total number of homes in the entire township. Tobiana is home to some of the biggest communities like Arrowhead Lake, Emerald Lakes, Locust Lake Village, Pocono Farms Country Club, and Stillwater Lake Civic Association. You just have to be careful. You could be successful there, but you have to be careful where exactly you purchase. Number 4 on the list is Pocono Lakes, PA. Pocono Lake is a subsection of Pocono Pine in Monroe County. It's currently rated as a 71 on AirDNA with 928 total listings and an average yearly revenue of $41,000. Here's the thing with Pocono Lakes. About 90% of the properties that are used as short-term rentals are only in 2 different communities. You have Arrowhead Lake and then you have Locust Lake Village. And this is what's really challenging about the Poconos is you can have one community like Arrowhead Lake and like Locust Lake Village, but they're in 2 different townships. Like I had just mentioned, and I talk about it in all my other videos, it all depends on the township you're in. So both of those communities, the community in and of itself, the HOAs, they are short-term rental friendly. But if you're buying in Arrowhead Lake, you're in 2 different townships, Tobiana and Coolball. Same thing with Locust Lake Village. So if you're looking at a property that's in Tobiana Township, just know that they have that 12% cap. So you might not get a rental license, right? So you have to be really wary. But if you're looking in Coolball Township, you can actively use it as a short-term rental. And Coolball Township has some issues as well. They are now starting to enforce more on short-term rentals, and especially this one thing that a lot of owners weren't aware of when they purchase, and that's impervious surfaces. An impervious surface is any surface that is either paved, such as a driveway or a sidewalk, or covered by a hard, difficult to penetrate material, such as concrete, stone, brick, or asphalt. So only 25% of the total property can be that. So there's a lot of issues where the inspectors are coming to look at these properties and they're saying, hey, you have too much impervious surface. You have to go back to grass. So they have to literally cut out the asphalt, cut out the stone, and replant grass there. So again, there's all these different little nuances in all these areas that you have to be aware of. Deciding to buy your first short-term rental in the Poconos is challenging and it can seem daunting. So if you want to work with a team of agents who know the area, then click that link below, schedule an appointment with us. Number 3 on the list is Albrightsville, PA. Albrightsville is located in Carbon County and is currently rated a 73 on AirDNA with 894 total listings and an average yearly revenue of $49,000 a year. Albrightsville is where I own my property. There are 3 main communities that host the most short-term rentals. You have my community, Talmenting Trails, Indian Mountain Lake, and Mount Pocahontas. So again, the vast majority of properties in Albrightsville are in these 3 communities, and they all are pretty decent with their rules and regulations for short-term rentals. With my personal community in Talmenting Trails, there have been some issues throughout the years. More recently, there was a special meeting and nothing really came from it, and they're waiting to see what happens with a litigation that's currently happening in the hideout in Lake Ariel, PA, to determine if they're going to make any changes to the rules or regulations for short-term rentals. And these are the things that you have to be aware of. In Indian Mountain Lakes, that's a really good community. and I don't see it hyped up enough, but I think that you can do well there. They have like 4 or 5 different lakes, multiple beaches to hang out at, multiple different pools, and I think it's a good place to buy. Number 2 on the list is East Stroudsburg, PA. East Stroudsburg is located in Monroe County and currently rated an 81 on AirDNA with roughly 1,000 listings and an average yearly revenue of $61,000. East Stroudsburg is one of the most built up areas in the Poconos. East Stroudsburg Borough is like a little downtown area, right? And a lot of people like to travel to this area. It's close to amenities. It has the downtown area. And also it has stores like Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart. So it's very built up. But the surrounding areas and the one community that has the vast majority of short-term rentals is called Penn Estates. Penn Estates is currently short-term rental friendly. So there are portions of it, again, different townships. You can have the same community and different townships within the community. There is a portion of Penn Estates that does not allow short-term rentals, and you have to avoid that area. There are a little over 1,000 listings, but that doesn't mean that you can't be successful if you buy there. You always have to focus on how you can differentiate your property from the current competition. And number 1 on my list is Goldsboro, PA, specifically Big Bass Lake. Goldsboro is located in Lackawanna County and is currently rated an 83 on AirDNA with roughly 352 short-term rental listings and an average yearly revenue of $48,000. I'm a huge Big Bass Lake fan. I love the community. It has beautiful houses, bigger lots, more separation between the homes than a vast majority of the communities. And it's a little bit out there, technically. It's in Lackawanna County, but it's pretty close to all the major attractions like Kalahari and close to East Stroudsburg, right? So you can still get around and get to the things in the Poconos that people travel to the Poconos for, but you can get a really nice property in Big Bass Lake for affordable prices. I see them priced anywhere from $250 and up. So in $250 to $500, you can get a really nice house and you can do well in Big Bass Lake. It's one of my favorite places. I actually am looking to buy a property there currently, so I would highly suggest that you look in this area as well. So if you stuck around for this long, please know that this is my professional opinion. I'm not trying to say that my opinion is better than everyone else's opinion, but according to what I've seen in the Poconos in the past 2.5 years, I've determined that these are the top places that you should consider buying if you want to get into the Airbnb business. So with that, if you are looking to buy, again, if you want to work with a team of agents who know the area that can guide you, click that link below, schedule an appointment with me. I'm going to continue to put out valuable information like this about investing in the Poconos, so stick around to the next video. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.